When you arrive at the primary options menu, go to view your datasets, key in your dataset name, which is your student logon ID on the mainframe, display your JCL dataset, view it. I will now submit the compilant link and the run. Firstly, the compilant link, I will enter SUB to the left of the first JCL, press enter. It asks me for a character. I advise you to give it an A the first time. Press enter and look for the return code, which in this case is 0, which means it was a clean compile. In other words, it was a successful submission. Press enter to clear the screen down. Output will now have been sent to the output queue. We will also submit the second JCL, which is the run JCL. SUB, enter another character. We used A the first time, we should use B this time. Press enter. Return code 0 means that the run also worked. Press enter to clear down the screen. We will now go to the primary options menu. We do that by pressing the F3 key once, twice, 3 times, and from the primary options menu we will enter the letter S for SDSF. Press enter. All of our output is held in the held output queue. We enter H. There are 3 outputs here with my user ID tagging them. The first is the compilant link, and the second is output generated from the run. There are 2 outputs here. If I check the first one, I can enter a number of codes. One is the S. Press enter, and there is the output generated from the COBOL program. We will look at this later in later practicals. F3 to come out of it. Alternatively, we could enter an S or a question mark. The difference being, if I were to enter an S here, this is a large file containing 402 records. Press enter on S and we can page our way down through a number of outputs. It is more advisable to enter the question mark, press enter, and from there it breaks the 402 record file into a number of smaller files, as you can see from these record count sizes here. The one that we will use a lot of this module is the one that has a proc step of COBOL, and over there we place the S. This is our COBOL output, the compile listing, and this tells us if there were problems with the compile. More about that later. F3 to come out of it. F3 brings us out of the output queue. It's also advisable when you're finished with your outputs to purge them. That's a P, P, P. Press enter and the outputs will be deleted. That's it. We will now return to the primary options menu. That's the end of this exercise.